flow.
It's not? Oh, gosh. Well, we are live now, as far as I'm aware. Okay. So, hi, everyone. It's Ros here and Leanne. I've been the one who set up the broadcast this morning, and we're still working out where it is going to show up as a live. So, Leanne, have you found it?
My Facebook just decided to play a video in the background.
Gosh.
Okay. So I'll have a look and see where the live is.
I'm trying to find and have a look myself. One of the things that I realised as I was doing this last night, it just wasn't connecting between the Be Live and the Facebook as far as getting a connection between the two. I had a lot of trouble. So I'm assuming that Mercury's still in retrograde, plus some of those other planets. I don't follow it all that, to the infinitesimal detail.
Yeah,
are they still in retrograde?
I'm pretty sure they still are.
Yeah, well, we can't continue to blame the planets for everything, but by heck, it's been a strong energy around that this time around.
Yeah. We are live, Ros, on My Time TV.
We are. Okay, well, that's the one where you can comment. I have no idea where the comments show up at the moment. They're not.
As people
there
come
hasn't
online,
been any in there yet. Yeah.
Yeah, so when people come online, we should. Okay, I've just found my link, so I will share that to my page as well.
So it will be really interesting as to who we might have show up as a live and who might just be watching a replay once we repost or redirect or whatever. I don't know. I think that's part of the thrill of being able to do this, more of an intuitive rather than having everything planned and too detailed on the rest and then having it blow up in your face and
I'm always
on face.
I'm always telling my clients to go with the flow, so let go of the structure lately.
Yeah, well, I tend to tell a lot of people I just go with the flow. What more can you do? So that's what's happening this morning.
Oh, exactly.
And so just so you can ready your minds, what I chose for the topic this morning, which I did post in the colourful photoed event that might not be the one we're live on, but it doesn't matter. The topic I've sort of thought about for this morning has been circles, and probably for a very obvious reason, Spirit told me we're talking about that, or derivatives of, is because I have felt like I've been going round and round in circles trying to get this up, and you could find more than one event there. So, and this time, because I did do restarts on the computer and that, Leanne, I did come up with an agenda thingy that's showing up. No, it's not. Oh,
no, because
I've got to choose a thingy. Oh, God, I've got to choose it. So that's what you do there, and it shows something somewhere. Does it show up?
No, I'm not seeing anything, Ros, on my screen, but that doesn't mean that they aren't.
Oh, yeah,
yes,
there it is. Yeah, and it's already disappeared down the bottom.
Ros.
Oh, yay. Hi to the one viewers.
I have just posted the link on my screen. I finally got it. So on my Facebook, people should start coming in.
Yeah. So what I do have as part of the agenda, of course, is the intro to the both of us. Probably not that we're going to go through the full bit that we've done at our first one, which was last week, and went reasonably smoothly for half of it. We'll nut it out eventually. So, Leanne, would you like to just say a little bit about what you do and an introduction of self?
Okay. All right. Not prepared, but that's okay. Welcome to the 3 viewers watching. Please feel free to comment as well. I'll just add that in. But I am Leanne Winston, psychic medium, for those that don't know me. I have basically had the gift, I guess, most of my life, but it wasn't until later in my early adulthood that things really started to come to a head and it became more to the forefront. So I started focusing more on how spirit worked and learning and growing, and then went into the professional side with reading more. That must have been about 10 years ago now, I reckon. So spirit just takes me in whatever direction they want. I also mentor and stuff as well. So live shows, you name it, we do it, sort of thing. So we have a lot going on. How's that off the top of my head?
Yeah, that's good. Now just got to know, how do we do the back to the 2 there? It really is that LOL, learning out loud. There's a fair bit on the screen to look at, but the next one, of course, is me doing a little bit of a self-intro.
Well, I'll just drink my breakfast while you do that.
That's fine. I've had mine. Yes, started many years ago in business with my partner husband at the time, grew a business. So once that was sort of for my path changing from doing that, I started going into doing work for myself, and I was learning various things like the massage, and there was a horseman technique and therapies, Reiki and aromatherapy, and so much that we can use as tools to help other people.
Yeah,
and getting established in that. A lot of it, you sort of continue growing through it, and it does almost seem like probably another reason why I chose circles for what the topic would be for the day, the focus. Having done a startup that was around 2004, and then having changes again from when I moved from Strath to Port Elliot and starting again in a new area, and then off the top of my head just decided to move to Birdwood and going to start there again, but having life change in a major way because I needed to come to Menengi to care for Mum after Dad had died. And now big change again because there's the Mum passed on as well. So it's what's here to tidy up and the rest, and whether staying around or starting again, another cycle, another circle. And it was interesting, my journey through all of that, because you just grow and you have things attract to you that you need to follow. And part of that was reigniting what I knew was my psychic sense or intuitive pathway, whatever you want to call it. Honestly, they're only labels. We all have the ability. Some have it stronger than others because you've got to put energy into, and direct it as far as what you learn as you go along. Where your focus is where the energy flows, is what will grow. It's like feeding plants in a garden or feeding animals. What you feed will grow. So at the moment, still in a building cycle and another one of those circles. One's finishing, one will start type of thing. But you never see that. Yeah.
That's it, exactly. And we just don't know what life throws at us. So you just got to go with the flow, especially this year. Mm-hmm. So looks like we've got some comments there, Roz.
Yes, there is. And I'm just trying to find out on this in the back end of it. I can't figure out where the scroll thing is. There a scroll thing? There's a Roa. There's a
Deirdre.
Deirdre. Hi,
Deirdre.
Lana.
I know Deirdre.
So Deirdre O'Brien, yeah. So
yeah. Hey, Deirdre.
Names I'm not familiar with yet. So is all right. Yeah. You've done a course online with her, so cycles around, doesn't it?
It does. And it's beautiful the way people come together in this sort of thing, because I think I met Deirdre, oh my God, Deirdre, it's probably 5 or 6 years ago now off the top of my head. And that was at a workshop, and, we keep in contact, probably not as regularly as what I should, but life gets in the way as well. But she's one of those friends you can just pick up tomorrow like it was yesterday type of thing. And we managed to catch up when we can get our calendars to sync together, sort of thing. Yeah. So it's great the way, and like you said, it's like going around in circles. We keep coming back to the same place. And the thing I'm finding is, in this industry, if you want to call it that, you make your connections, and it's like you've got your soul family the right people just keep coming back into your lives, or they might sort of be there and then we sort of drift apart a little, but we're still got that contact like it was yesterday in that way. So, and it's great. And I think Deidre is actually undergoing, I hope she doesn't mind me saying, but she's undergoing her own new cycle at the moment where she is making and selling heat bags. So I know she's got some pretty good ideas and things that are a little bit different out there with them. So I'm looking forward to seeing where that takes her too. So if you're looking for heat bags, Deidre is certainly the person. She can make to order and post out.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
Just a little plug for you, Deidre.
There's nothing wrong with doing that. No. So, I mean, I really do like that because there's many times for myself too that I've got some friends that are just like that, where you do have the that sort of connection that you can reconnect at any point in time, and it seems like it was just yesterday that you had your last chat. And it can actually, with some of them, it has actually been a couple of years. And it just happens to pick up so nicely, that cycle that we can go through. And it's so great catching up with them, and that and you can't get a word in edgeways. Just catch up. It's wonderful.
And I kind of find, like, when I do catch up, like I've got friends in Melbourne and stuff like that, that I have met through my spiritual journey, and you catch up with them and it's kind of like you're traveling the same journey in a sense, but just at different stages. They might be at one point, I'd be at another, but we seem to be going in the same circle, but just different timing. That sort of thing until we come together. So it's quite interesting. And we've got to look at what the universe is doing to us as well. You sort of take all that into account.
The energy space that we're in at the time, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. Like the energy at the moment, some people are finding that is quite testing and really struggling. And then on the other hand, people are finding themselves that have been in that struggle in the past are actually in that good space at the moment, sort of thing. So, it's the planet's got to move. The planet goes around in circles as well, and we just got to look at where it takes us.
Yes, all that circle work.
It is.
Hi, Kimberly. It just took me back in time, really, to farm days, because I was brought up on a farm. Not that I really did it very well, but certainly we did have motorbikes and we did have the old hat cue. So you'd go out in the paddock and you'd do your circle work, just playing around. It's fun. I wouldn't dare try it now. And we weren't wearing helmets, nothing at all like that.
Good old days.
Well, shouldn't say that. Kids
pick up on this. I think we push boundaries to the extent kids do these days, though.
Oh, yeah, different boundaries. But certainly the circles are life. Watching children as they're growing up, going through parenting, like we have, because I am a grandma, or actually I call myself a nana. So you haven't quite got to that stage yet, Leanne.
No, thank God, not yet. Maybe another 4 or 5 years and I might be heading that way, but we'll see. And I love the way that you chose this week's talk about circles, because my new light that I have for above my computer is a massive big circle, and I keep telling everybody it's my halo.
You've got to have that way, not that way.
I can stick my head into it. It's big enough. It's about 20 inches wide. So
oh, gosh. Yeah.
It's huge.
That could certainly lighten up the face, wouldn't it?
And I've only got it on low, thank God. Otherwise, you'd probably see the other side of the house. So, excellent.
Now, when you think of it, why are torches in circle? When you think
maybe
of
it was just. I was going to say maybe it's easy to manufacture. I would say it's something to do with the light beam.
That's interesting. Yeah, it's just a thought that popped into my head, because when you think of it, if they were looking at how to economically create that, as far as patterns go, circles are a lot of waste on those corners, and you sort of, well, why do you create something that's circular for waste when wouldn't a square, I suppose the dolphin torches are a square, but they still sort of shine out as a circle, don't they?
Yeah, because
the
I think
inside
the
itself
inside's a
is,
circle. Yeah.
is the circle.
Yeah.
So it's
Interesting,
just a
isn't it?
thought. Yeah, yes. And as I'm sitting here too, I'm looking at my little stuffed owl with his beautiful big eyes. It's the circles as well. So much.
And so the circles are really catching your attention a lot lately, Roz.
Yeah. Oh, well, they
Yeah.
are. And it's that revisit, I suppose, because what actually is something, you know, the retrogrades are actually teaching us that there's things that we need to revisit and sort out. That, well, from my understanding, and I'm not an astrologer or an astronomer or otherwise, I mean, I know enough to know enough of understanding for myself. I wouldn't be doing huge readings for people as astrology. Which one is it? Astrology, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because I've got friends who are experts in it. So I refer on. I know what I know as my best thing. So that's what I'll advise on and do and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But even looking down on, you know, a lot of the emoticons, they're in circles. They're looking down at the icons on my MacBook here and they're circles. It's the cycling. You want to get anywhere, not just in life either. It's just getting anywhere. When you're traveling, you're on wheels and they're circles. You can't travel on something that's got the rough edges like a square wheel, can you?
No, that's it. Yeah, that's it. And it's funny how things do just keep coming back around and around, sort of thing. And, you know, whether it's, you know, the need to let go of stuff from the past, or it's just we've got to travel that distance to come back around to make change, sort of thing. And even your cup's a circle there, Roz.
Well, it is. I'm not tipping it up. It's got fluid in it.
I can tip mine. Mine's nearly empty.
Have a circle. What's dirt circle? Which way am I supposed to go with that? That way.
Yeah, this
and
is
I'm supposed to go the opposite.
Isn't there a bit of a story to Dory, that cup?
Well, there is. It's the first time I've seen that cup, like one which has Dory on it. When I think it was my kids and I, we were watching the Nemo movie, and it's been fairly renowned in my family that my memory's like basically S.T. And so, and that's been from as long as the kids can remember, as long as I can remember. I was blaming motherhood, actually, and saying, oops, but it's not exactly just that, of course. And they just clicked. And after Nemo, I was just forever being nicknamed Dory, because I'd forget stuff on and off. I'd forget it all the time. Brittany, you've got a Dory coffee cup too. Is it the same as what mine is, or different colours? So that's basically the story around that. But since I had that parathyroid note out, I'm hoping the memory will improve a little bit. So, I mean, I've had other things improve, but we'll see about the memory. Yeah. I might still be being called Dory. One of the symptoms for hyperparathyroidism is memory issues.
Oh, wow.
So I couldn't blame motherhood alone, because who knows how long it takes for a parathyroid node to grow like that. Taryn is asking if we're going to have readings today. I suppose, look, I should actually show that, because that's what's possible. I keep forgetting the things Taryn. I can do.
Yep. Well, we can jump to do the reading, because we didn't get a chance to do that last week.
Oh, not last week. We just so totally ran out of time, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. So those that are watching, if you'd like to hit the share button and invite your friends and family to join in with us, and okay, there you go, Roz. That'll help you. And ask us a question, and one of us can answer. Certainly, you can either ask Roz or I or both, or we'll go with the flow.
Well, there's one right at the start if you want to take that as a first. Ow! Sorry, I've got the hearing things in.
Oh, okay. You want me to go for that one?
Would
Hi,
you like to?
Katie. Yeah. Hi, can you give me a spirit reading, please? All right, honey. I get the reference to you're very much in your own head at the moment. And I get the reference to there's a lot of changes going on around you. I do feel like I've got a gentleman that's stepping in. I want to say a grandfather on mum's side of the family that is passed over. He's coming through and he's showing me that I want to say looking at breathing issues, the lungs, the chest area for him as well with that. He also, in saying that, has his hand on his heart, which is my sign for love and pride for yourself as well. He also wants to acknowledge the number 7. And I feel like there's times that you will glance up at the moon or the moon gets your attention. So whether his soul is with you at that very time or there's a connection between yourself and the moon, I just get the reference to looking up at the night sky, and the moon is what sticks out for you at the moment as well. I also get the reference to movement around the house, noises. And so to me, it's a feeling that you've sensed him around you as well with that. Okay, hun. I want to say stand tall, hold your head up high, and be proud of what you've achieved. All right, because he's very proud of you as well. So I'll leave you with that one, hun.
Yeah. Now, just as a second part, I did notice Katie has put in my loved one still with me. So just before you go on with that, though, just a reminder, really only a one-question answer, focusing around a more yes-no response would be appreciated. Thanks for those that are wanting reading.
That way we can get to more people as well. See, we're getting a couple more people coming online now. Yeah. So, yeah, Katie, your loved ones are with you. I want to say just close your eyes, and we can all do this. We can just close our eyes, clear our mind, take a deep breath, and just trust what we feel. We think, we see, we hear, because that's how spirit will communicate with us.
Right. Yeah, just noticing this response. There is a bit of a time lag, I think, between what you might type in, what they might type in, and what we're actually seeing as a time thing.
Okay. So Katie, if your grandfather is still...
She just commented that.
Yeah. If your grandfather's still with you, it's his dad stepping in and they mirror each other. They'll be very similar in their ways. Okay?
Right. Now, just the next one is Jenny Lynn Berkey. Hi to everyone new coming on too.
Would you like
to?
No,
I'm not actually. Yeah, well, I'd like to, but there's not anything clearly coming through for me at the moment.
Yeah. Okay.
I was attracted to it. Yes, I think there's a lot of love there. It's reflected because I saw all those nice purple hearts. I like purple.
I think I like purple hearts too. So, all right. So, hello. I would love a message from my mum in spirit, please. Thank you in advance. Okay. Now, Jenny, I get the feeling mum had some health issues going on around her with that. I get the pain to the base of the head, the neck, and the upper body area, but I'm also very much drawn around the chest, the heart area as well, the lungs with her energy. I also I get frustration around her health. So to me, I don't know if the frustration was hers or the frustration is from her loved ones in that side of it, but I do feel very much focusing on her health in that side of it. I'm not sure what the bells mean to you, hun, but I get the sounding of bells. But I'm not 100% sure they're church bells, but I do feel like I've got. Are you looking at going to London? Okay, I'm not sure why I'm being taken to the bells, but all of a sudden I felt like I was being drawn to the Big Ben. Is it Big Ben in London? The Big Bell? And sort of things. I don't know what the connection is to London with that side of it, but I feel like I want to be focusing on the Big Ben Tower and that side. So I don't know if that has a strong connection around your mum or it's something that you're looking or needing to do with that side of it. I do get the angel wings being wrapped around you, honey, and that is, I want to say, looking at mum as the angel in the sky but she also gives you the hugs at the same time with that. Okay. For some reason, I feel like I'm having trouble making eye contact with the screen. So I don't know if it's yourself that struggles to look eye to eye at people sometimes, or if that was something that mum struggled to do as well. Okay. I do feel your sadness at times with mum's passing, and she shows me the wiping away of the tears as well. So I want to say there's times that you may just have one or two tears at the thought of like your memories of mum, and just that sadness, that grieving sort of side of it that still comes up at times, but she wipes away your tears. Okay. Hand on the heart, once again, is my sign for love and pride around that. And I look at the changes that are coming your way. So I want to say there's changes coming and being put in front of you, but they are positive changes at the same time. Okay. So I'll leave you with her love, honey. She's very strong around you. I want to let go of the neck pain now.
Yeah, good one.
I don't know if that was Jenny's pain or her mum's.
Yeah, I saw this one and I thought, yeah, instantly with this one, Taryn, for me, I felt the yes with this one, even though you've directed the question at Leanne. Do you have any more detail on that one, Leanne?
I do get yes with that too, honey. I've felt a little girl around you for a little while, even though it's not biological. I do feel that there's a little girl coming with that. Okay, I wanna say this year. Okay, I'm being drawn around the focus on that around August, September. So we're pretty much nearly in August now. So I want to say August, September, that starts to come to a head. Okay, I get the number 7 around that too. 6, 7, number 6 and number 7. So whether we're looking at 6 months or 7 months or 6 years, 7 years, I just get the 6, the 7's very strong.
Yeah, I felt that was a shorter term is what my feeling was around that. So
yeah, beautiful.
Now I can scroll back up. It's interesting.
You found the button?
Yeah, I have. It does hold when you actually go to the comment stream. I mean, most people out there won't even know all this stuff. There's one here. It's a little longer. Hi, ladies. I'm not sure if it's possible to tell, but lately I have a new spirit in my house, and I think it's protecting my young daughter. Is there any way you can tell me who it may be? Thank you. And this is Courtney now. I'm actually feeling that this one is more it feels like a feminine energy is what I'm sensing with it. And I've I think with all the going around in circles this morning, my brain's not connecting very well. It's not the brain that has to connect, it's spirit.
Too many
trust.
circles.
Yeah, it's the trust.
Well, reading that comment, I get the humming. I hear humming. So I feel like somebody hums to your daughter, honey, in spirit. And I do feel that it's family related with that as well. I want to say more a matriarch type figure with that. Sorry, my husband's decided to clean the kitchen by the sound of it. It goes into his mic. It's so sensitive. So I do feel like you've got more of a matriarch of the family in the female energy around your daughter, but the humming is more just to sort of help her to relax and to go to sleep with that. Children are very intuitive, so you may find your daughter will be staring off into space or get locked on a certain thing in the middle of nowhere, and that will be where she's picking up on spirit. Okay.
Yeah. Now here's one for from Emma McHenry. Like to know whether I'll eventually buy my own property. Hi, Emma. I am getting a yes on that one myself for you.
I do too.
I think it's a bit of a distance away yet. I'm feeling there's a 12 involved with it, so whether it's going to be closer to a December, gee whiz, feels like five just popped into my head, so whether that's 5 years is the likely timeline for that. I think really the income is going to increase like as far as earning, what you're creating for yourselves is going to increase enough. You'll be able to have the deposit and get lending for it by that time. It just feels in a place. Trust that that's what's going to happen. Anything that you'd want to put to that
I
one?
guess more so rather than connecting to spirit with that, Emma, I would say know what it is that you want, have that clear picture and release it to the universe every day, just so that the universe helps you to manifest it as well. The power of the mind is a very strong thing. So I always say to people, make sure you have that clear picture. So that way you're not bringing the mixed messages into it and you don't bring the havoc in around yourself. So have that clear picture and just keep working on it. It'll happen. I do feel that it will come, and it is a little way away yet, but it will happen.
And there is a nice quick one. I'm just going to go back to that.
I just got yes with that. Hi, Melissa. Hope you're well, hun. Yes, I feel yes is that. I do feel that he frustrates you a little bit at the right time. Your partner frustrates you at the time. At times, I should say, but I do feel that you are with the right person.
I felt the same too.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes compromise. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this one will have more babies for Brittany.
Oh, okay.
I've only got boys sitting there, but
you got boys. I get yes, another child. Okay. Girl, I'm humming and hawing about a girl, so I want to say I'm sort of leaning more towards a boy as well with that. And for some reason, I feel like I've got the number 7. 7 seems strong today, but I'm when I'm looking 7 months' time, I have pregnancy, but I get the 7 around the pregnancy. Okay. So good luck with that, honey. It's all in the timing.
Yes, whoops, that slipped past. Here's Ashley. Does my 5-year-old son see my late father or sense him around, please? We love and miss him very much.
That goes out to you, Ashley. I get the reference to he was very cheeky, all right? So I get the fun-loving but very big heart at the same time with him with that. So you have to excuse my family in the background making lots of noise. They decide to do their jobs when I go live. But yeah, no, I do get that the cheekiness, the big heart, the fun, the loving around him. I actually feel like your 5-year-old does sense his father around him, and I get the feeling that your son is very intuitive at the same time. So I want to say keep encouraging that side of him. Okay. And I just got the reference to you keep my memories alive and I live on in your hearts. Okay, that's beautiful.
Yeah, it is. Now let me find this button again. I really like that. Hi, Adair.
Hey, Adair.
I do like that. Do you like
my hubby out? Let me ask him, Paul, can I loan you out? A lady would like to know if I can loan you out to do her housework. No.
I think that answers it.
Sorry, Adair. I would say yes, but he's saying no. You could be an Uber with a housework maid.
Does Uber do that yet?
I don't think they do, not to my knowledge anyway.
Oh, no, there's a rent-a-hubby. Well, there used to be a rent-a-hubby at some point, wasn't there? I don't know how many years ago that was, or if it's still going. Someone out there might know. Yeah. So Lee's asking how our court case is going tomorrow. Well, now that's almost 2 questions. Will I've come my way anytime soon? Hey, sneak it in.
Do you want to focus on one and I'll focus on the other?
Oh, well, I got to straight away. The court case is probably going to be fine. There's probably just a little bit in the detail that is needing to be worked out as far as that goes. Is it to do with contracts? I'm seeing things being signed, and it almost, it does feel like there's a sense of peace and and amicability in whatever is being arranged. So other than that, I'm not being shown anything with the court case. Just, it's like a thumbs up. It's going to be fine. So
I wouldn't be surprised if it gets delayed a little bit, as in not long in court and then need to go back a second time, sort of thing. So whether something's not quite right in the paperwork. All right. Okay, heart. I get, I do get love will come your way, honey, but I also get the feeling you need to let the walls down around your heart as well, because I do feel that you have those blocks there with that at the moment. So whether it's through fear of being hurt or being hurt in the past, I just get the reference to it will come your way soon, but you just need to open that heart chakra up a bit. Okay, so good luck with your court case tomorrow. I understand the stresses of courts.
Yes. That does bring to mind the first ever time that I went to court was with our work, our business.
Yeah.
Was we had trucks, we were earth movers, and there was an overloading happened one day where it was just too heavy, went over the weighbridge, and the person that they summons to go into the court was me as one of the partners in the business. And it was so horrifying. It was the first time ever I felt so ashamed and horrible. And it was only it's not really that big a deal. You have an overloaded truck, but the feeling of that. So, yes.
Yeah. And to step into that structure, that environment, I guess it's about keeping a clear mind and knowing what you want in the outcome, sort of thing.
Yeah.
I'm lucky we're now on the other end of stuff, and as it's sort of come to an end. But 2 years of it, it was not the greatest. As much as I knew the outcome would be okay, it's I
was lucky that first experience was just so it was a quick, short, sharp, shiny. That's it. You get fined, pay it, and all the rest. But it was the fact it had to be in court was a bit. It didn't. Yeah. Anyway, it all passed, and as it worked too with you.
Yeah.
Will they? Did I put that one up? Oh, I didn't show it. Here it is. One that's Marguerite. They have a few changes heading in the right direction. So are they? My feeling is but we're every moment that you're actually living your life, you're always going to be on a pathway and in a direction. So whatever you're facing right now at the time and moving in that direction is the right direction.
Yeah,
that's my answer.
And Margaret, I do feel that you're heading in the right direction, honey, and I send you and your son a beautiful big hug. Margaret's a lovely lady I've known for a little while now. She's actually out towards your way, between you and Murray Bridge, sort of thing. So, and she has been through some change as well. I want to say it must be about in the last 6 months. So, I do feel, Hannah, I get the feeling you need to stand your ground around something around schooling as well. So, I want to say stand your ground there. You'll be fine.
How do I get back to that or that? I like the narrow one because then the comments pop up without covering our faces. Just feeling that, the reference for a circle, because it is what seems to be stuck in my mind for the day, today at least. It started well. Don't get caught in being run around in circles too. Like as far as what change is, it is new. It's new stuff. It's not so much repeating the old, learning from the old so that you don't have that, and it is more a path rather than the circle and the cycle repeating. So
beautiful. Roz, I don't know why I got this thought or where it even came from. Didn't Dory's go around circles in the movie as well?
Yes, when it was, my clock up on the desk says 11:11, but it's fast.
Mine says 10 past now.
And the computer says it's 10 past.
I got your attention though, the 11:11.
See, that's the sort of thing that the Dory character does. It gets distracted very easily with other things. which is very much part of my nature. You go down the rabbit hole when you're on Facebook or in the middle of doing things. I can concentrate when I'm really in the zone. I can actually concentrate and do things productively for quite an extended period of time. But Dory's character was certainly one that, wasn't even like the fish in a fishbowl going a minute. I think she had even less of an attention span. That was a funny characteristic of hers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So yeah, yeah, it makes it all interesting. At least you can't be accused of being boring.
Yeah,
just jump over the place. How can you follow it? And Sue's feeling like her daughter is going through difficult times, and will she get through it?
I get yes with that, honey, but I also feel there's a little bit of anxiety around that as well. So I get that it's important to keep the communication lines open where possible, and that when you can do that, you will find that things will start to move, that energy sort of thing. I want to say encourage her to put pen to paper and write her thoughts and her feelings down to be able to acknowledge that energy and to be able to move it at the same time. But it's just going to take a little while yet. But I do feel that it's putting one foot in front of the other. So it's that feeling of moving forward with that. Okay, so I wish you all the very best with that, hun.
Yeah. Now I don't know if this is a bit more general. My eye is caught to it. My husband desperately needs to hear from his father, Raymond. Is that something that you're sensing, Leanne? You're an expert at the mediumship part of it.
You know what comes to mind now? I don't know if that was spirit stepping in and his sneaky nature or not, but I just got an expert is under pressure.
Yeah.
Spirit, the way they just come in with things at times is incredible. All right, Lauren. Okay, so I don't know if your father-in-law was a little bit more on that funny side or could come out with things really quickly, but it was just like the energy stepped through at the same time. I got that reference with that side of it. I do feel that that your husband's father, Raymond, was more of a sort of a stronger, structured type of person, but I feel like I want to stand strong. So I don't know that he stood overly tall. He's not showing me that, but he's giving me the chest area and making me feel like I got broad shoulders in that sense with that. Okay. I get the reference to that he comes through in your husband's dreams. So to me, it's the feeling your husband may not always remember his dreams, but it's the feeling that he's making that soul-to-soul connection with that side of it. I get a lot of bottled energy, a lot of emotion that is still sitting there, Hannah, as well. So I get the feeling that your husband keeps things very, very bottled up to the chest. His dad's just saying and acknowledging they were very similar in ways. So I get the feeling that he needs to find that way to release. I want to say it's like I'm afraid to cry. And if I do, I don't think I can stop with that side of okay. There's a lot of unsettled energy around that situation. But I get it's about letting go and finding peace in that. I do feel that his father is very much at peace, and there's no grudges or anything to be held on to in that side of it as well. I want to say your husband gets very much in his own head at the same time, which is blocking the signs from his father, because I do feel his father's very much around him with that side. Just in general for everybody, I quite often say to people, look at when you have those thoughts, those memories that come out of nowhere. You could be busy working or focusing on something, watching the footy or whatever you're doing, and all of a sudden a thought will pop in your mind of somebody that has passed over or saying or something you did with them. That is their soul with you at that very time. Okay, so I get your husband gets that, but it's the feeling at the moment, the emotions sort of block a lot of things. Okay, so I wish you the very best with that, hun. All right, but he is very much around him.
Yeah. Yep.
Did you want to add anything? Or?
No, I'm not picking up anything really.
Okay.
I think probably because my mind's just a little going around in circles. It is amazing, like with doing this sort of show, that the various different things you need to be concentrating on in the background, it does sort of take your mind away from it. And why I do feel with any show that people do put on, you do need at least two people, the one that's the main presenter and the one that's in the background doing the chasing and comments and things like that. So I haven't really got the click into it yet. This is only a second show. Next one might be better. Well, it will be.
We're building up. We're building up.
Which leads into what Adair's commented here before I go, and I'm not sure if she's still here as watching live or not, but it doesn't matter. She wants to know if technology will work for us so that we can have smooth sailing with what we wanted to achieve here, and that's through the My Time TV Live, or whichever way it's called.
Yeah.
Where this is hosted.
TV Live.
And,
you got it right.
Oh, good. Just from the top of this memory that, that glory thing.
It's starting to roll off the tongue.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah, and I think it's just all this retrograde and stuff at the moment that is sort of playing with it as well. So I do see it taking off, hun, and I look forward to being a part of it.
Yeah. I agree. It will take off. It will smooth out. I mean, just trying to get the event program happening this morning in creating what I thought I had to create was a new event, which I probably didn't have to, and all the rest of it around it all. It is a learning of what we're doing. And in the past, when I was doing Hangouts on Air, which at that time was a Google equivalent, there was a lot of learning going into how that worked. And then YouTube, it was segued into YouTube live streaming instead of calling them Hangouts on Air. It was all a process of just learning, knowing your stuff, and it does smooth out and into it eventually. Facebook's doing a bit of catch up with the connection between how we see it and program it and all the rest, but it happens.
And that's the thing, technology is changing. Yeah. Technology is changing all the time, and as third parties and whatnot sort of bring in different changes, Facebook, it all plays a part of it.
Yeah. So I just noticed exactly, and I just noticed the other question there. Next one from Tara Lee is, do you see me and my family moving? I am feeling that moving forward. I think I was starting to almost go forward in on wheels.
Yeah. I do feel that too, Ros, but I kind of feel like as much as we're moving forward, like wanting to make that move, there's just something little holding them back at the moment. So I get that move will come, but not as quickly as you would like it. So I want to say I'm either looking late this year or early next year with that side of it. But it's like we're ready to go, we want to go, but it's that frustrating feeling. Something's holding them back. Okay.
Yeah.
So sometimes we just got to disconnect our energy from things too.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Sometimes it does need that bit of a break. As I flick through that one, I'm going to find work. I instantly got just the vision of and I saw hands actually doing stuff that almost felt like cooking or something like that. It was a busyness around the hands. So I don't know what work you're looking for. Merrily. So what do you feel around that question?
Yeah, I get the reference to we'll find work. I just don't know that you're looking in the right place at the moment, hun. So maybe expand your horizon a little bit and work will come. And I felt the same thing. I felt like I was doing things with my hands constantly as well.
Oh, there's another quick one. We're almost coming up to the end.
Babies is the subject a lot lately. Yes, and I get a little boy with that. Okay.
Good. I just thought I'd better comment to this one, Emma. Thanks, ladies. I'm happy where I am. I'm very happy she's happy where she is, and she knows why.
Beautiful.
Excellent.
You are very welcome, Emma.
Yeah. Now, this one, I don't know how to pronounce your name. I think it's Nisha.
Nisha. Yep.
Would you say that's correct? Wondering if there's
Yeah.
anyone who's passed still with me. So, and we will be limiting it to only 1 or 2 more questions, I think, too.
Oh, yeah, we're running out of time again.
Yeah.
Who are you picking up on?
It just feels like to me that has her brother passed? Is there someone that's that close, like a brother figure? I'm feeling it's someone who is that close.
I was sensing a male. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
okay. I want to say tragically passed. Here one moment, gone the next with that sort of thing. But I feel like I've got a couple of years age difference with that as well. So, okay, would I be right in saying that the male passed tragically, hun? Anisha, you might want to, even if you can give us a little bit of feedback on that. And I get here one moment, gone the next, so passed really suddenly, unexpectedly. But I get there's a lot of unanswered questions at the same time with that. So I feel the frustration around that. But I get a very calm feeling with this gentleman at the same time stepping in. I just feel very much at peace with his energy, but he's he's coming across as very much a more quieter soul at the same time with that. So I'm not sure if she's been able to give us. It's probably a bit of a delay on the system too.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. I've flipped back up. Well, it takes a bit to do the scrolling sometimes, especially when there's a lot of comments in the stream. I've just noticed because there is a lot more there, and unfortunately,
92. And that's the thing; we can't get to every comment always. We try to get to as many as possible, but Spirit usually draws us to the comments, as Roz is finding.
Yeah, she has responded. Whoops, that just slipped down as I was about to do the show. So, yeah, her partner had, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So please know, honey, he's very much around you. I do get like that beautiful energy, but I do still feel there's a bit of sadness around that side of it as well. And there's a few unanswered questions. I just get it's finding the peace in the situation because I don't feel that you're going to get the questions that, or those searching for those questions aren't necessarily going to get the answers because it's not meant to be. Okay. So all the best with that.
Yeah, I do feel sometimes we'd like answers to questions that we're just not meant to know yet.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, wow, look at the cat.
You know, that's what life is. I just noticed, because I've been concentrating on the comment stream thing that comes up and showing and hiding and doing that sort of thing, there is actually little numbers sitting there of 15, 14, 95 comments. That's where you got the 95 comments from, was it? But you didn't see that, do you?
So we've got 15 views, 14 reactions, which is obviously hearts and thumbs up, and 96 comments, yeah.
So where does that show up on the event screen? I've got a lot to learn still.
It probably doesn't on their screen.
Yeah, I take my turn. Those is my turn. Do your Wednesday nights and whatever else.
Mine's tomorrow night.
What are the other ones you do?
Sorry,
it's not but Wednesday night isn't the only live show you do. You do some others too, don't you?
We'll get to Sarah's comment in a moment, hun. Sorry, honey. I did one last Friday night on anxiety and depression, and that was just a matter of in that morning I got up and a couple of people had actually that are clients of me had contacted me that were struggling, and there was about 4 family friends, close friends and whatnot that were struggling as well. So I just thought, right, I need to go live and talk about depression, anxiety, energy, what's going on in the universe, how we're affected by it. But you can certainly go back on my page and watch it. Otherwise, it's on my YouTube channel, Leanne Winston Psychic Medium as well. Then I think, I don't even know what night it was. It might have been Saturday night or Sunday night. Roy was on live on his page, and I just popped in and said hi in the comments. The next minute he brought me on screen and we had a good old chat. So I've got like with Tuesdays scheduled with you, Wednesdays with my show, and hopefully a guest each week, or occasionally you might get just me. And then whatever else, randomly comes up. So yeah.
And it's all quite informative. and
That's
very
it.
well
And,
worth sharing to everybody. Share your
yeah.
hearts out with it.
Oh, yeah, and Spirit might just give me a subject and I'll go, oh, I've got to get
Mm,
online. So, and I think this is a great platform to be able to do that with.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
it is a great platform. For myself, the one like I tend to do more of the ad hoc, ad lib, whatever you want to call it, intuitively. Whenever I feel like it, I have gotten online in that way.
yeah.
I find that for myself is better than scheduling, but
Yeah.
things could improve. As we learn more and more about how to do these, so that they're more meaningful for people to watch
Yeah.
as well, because
That's
it
it.
is time that you out there are actually investing
Oh,
in
definitely.
sharing time with us as we're sharing our skills, our expertise, our drips under pressure, all of that. Everybody's
I love it. Yeah. And I look at it as like doing these little mini readings as a way of giving back as well, rather than sitting with a customer all the time that is a client, like a paid client for my time.
yeah,
So, all I ask of people is to share, to keep sharing and
yeah,
help us get the word out there.
yeah.
And,
And
I can give back in that way.
And especially in this way too, I think as feeling like I'm renewed, reborn, or whatever term, as far as getting into what I know I've got as far as skills go with the psychic mediumship work, because it's not really work, it's fun, but it is work.
Yeah.
you know what I mean. And
It's a passion.
well, it is. And this way of doing it for me is so much nervy, because I haven't done it. Like Leanne has had the experience behind her with doing these mini reading type things. So, but it really is fun, and you still pick up on it. Just mine's a bit slower at the moment. And with
it's
that,
just practice.
and it is, it's
Seriously.
practice, and it certainly will be better next week. Technology being what it is. Is Mercury and all those planets still in retrograde then?
I'm not
I haven't
100%
looked
sure.
forward.
Actually looked.
Yeah.
Yeah, Elizabeth Pre's a
Usually,
good one to follow for that.
yeah, it's usually 3 weeks. I know that the Mercury's in retrograde, and I think we've had a couple already, so I don't know.
Yeah.
So we'll finish. Yeah,
We just
we'll
had
finish
Sarah's
with
comment.
Sarah's. Yeah, I'm just pulling it up again. So
we didn't forget about you.
Yeah, that's right. No, I didn't. The Dory moment passed there. So,
You're right. Are you picking up anything on that, Roz?
actually, I'm feeling like whoever it was that had passed last week, a family friend. I don't think they're. I'm not feeling anything, because I'm feeling that they're still in that intermediary type in between body, not ready to come forward yet, but certainly I think there's a preparation happening there that you will get some message soon from them.
And I think I see when I connect with that, I'm not getting English would help, anything but feeling a little bit numb with that side of it. So if we've got a couple of minutes, I just quickly want to explain to people that when we pass with and I can only give you what Spirit shows me happens with that side of it, that it is like we go into a little bit of a holding pattern at times, and we do our reflection on the lessons that we learned in this lifetime, and look at what we've held on to and all that side of it. We do the healing. Sometimes Spirit, I've had a gentleman that came through within 3 hours of his passing, and now he was an elderly gentleman. He was quite a strong soul when he was here, and he just followed his daughter and sat down in front of me and went blue, and she cried and went, I only just found out he died this morning, sort of thing. Where sometimes Spirit could take it could take a couple of days, it could take a week, it could take a month, it could take a few months before they come through, because they need to settle in. They need to find their way around and they've got to find a energy to pull on, in a sense. So I do feel that your family friend, honey, is very much in that healing process at the moment, and I do feel that they will come through when the time is right, but it's just not yet. So I'm sorry. As much as I would love to give you information, I just feel that numbness is there, but I want to say please know that they're at peace, okay, because I do get that numb but peaceful feeling with it, okay. So I wish you all the very best with that. Maybe, jump in another week and we may have them come through in that way, okay.
Thank you. And to all those who have put questions up, very sorry, but we have run out of time to be actually answering the questions for the little mini readings. But what you can do is, I'm hoping in the description, if I've done it right, there should be the 2 Facebook pages, for one for Leanne, one for me. For me, mate, no. I've just been silly.
That's the bird.
But anyway, down there somewhere, you've got the share button anyway. So share it to those that you think would be interested for next week, and hoping technology will run very smoothly for that. And we can see you all again, bringing new people to share as well. It's well worth your investment in time, and there'll be a different focus subject that might pop up or not, or we just do readings or whatever it is, the potluck.
And that's it. People don't necessarily have to ask about readings. They could ask about how this side works, anything. We're open and easy is the feeling.
Yes, exactly that. So thanks for showing up. Thank you, Leanne, for being part of this show that we're sharing, and all that Adair's teaching us, and what direction we can move into in the future. Who knows? It's got all possibilities. Like the circle, you just never know. Thanks, everyone.
Exactly.
Bye for now.
All right. Bye, everyone. Thanks, Roz. Bye.
And a slow internet.
And stop recording.